This is Pastor Scott Bright from Berkeley Hills Lutheran Church. It is Palm Sunday today, probably the weirdest Palm Sunday that any of us can remember. Palm Sunday with no procession of palms. Palm Sunday where you don't have people lined up. And here we have the bells ring and the kids have chimes and it's a big parade coming into the church. And none of that happened today. Just a few palms here and that's about it. I want to read you the lesson, and then we'll talk about what Palm Sunday has been looking like for us here and for all of us at home. But first of all, the lesson from the Gospel according to St. Matthew. This is the 21st chapter, and it's the first little bit of it, about the first 11 verses. When they had come near Jerusalem and had reached Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, just say this: the Lord needs them, and he will send them immediately." And this took place to fulfill what had been spoken through the prophet, saying, "Tell the daughter of Zion, look, your king is coming to you humble, and mounted on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, and put their cloaks on them, and he sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and that followed were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven." When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was in turmoil, asking, "Who is this?" And the crowds were saying, "This is the prophet Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee." The Gospel of the Lord. Normally we have, as I said, the bells and the chimes and the parade, and little kids follow the cross in waving palms, and everyone has palms. This year, we ordered the same amount of palms, knowing that there would be no public worship. We ordered the same amount of palms, and instead of distributing them with people together, since we weren't together, we put them by the sign at the road, the big "Welcome to Berkeley Hills Lutheran Church" sign. We had pitchers lined up, big jug-like things with palms sticking out of them, half a dozen or more of them across, filled to the brim, every bit as many palms as we get every year, and every year there are always extra. There are a dozen or more left over every single year. This will be fine, we thought. All day Saturday, all day Sunday, we will have these available for people to come by, and people just driving by the community, everybody can take them. As of Sunday morning, there was one left. This sort of sickly looking blade of grass thing. All of them had gone, and there was no secret stash to replenish them. If you came by for your palms and didn't find them, I apologize. But I want to point out to you something that's amazing. When the whole congregation is meeting, we have palms left over, which means those extra palms went to people who would not have been with us. People who are through the community or driving past, taking palms. The palms are a sign of welcoming Jesus. The part of the parade, Jesus comes in on the donkey, like the gospel lesson just said. Jesus comes in on the donkey, and everyone welcomes him, and they throw their coats on the ground to kind of lay out the red carpet, as it were, and they pull branches off of the trees and throw those down. We wave palms now to welcome Jesus. We are in a time when we're not allowed to welcome anybody into our homes. You got to keep your distance. Your relatives can't visit, your friends can't visit. Even if you get something delivered to you, they don't come in. They can come to the front stoop, probably even step back a little bit when you answer the door to keep the 6 feet away. They'll have rubber gloves on and probably a surgical mask. There's no welcoming right now. Even in this time, we need to remember there's always room to welcome Jesus into our lives. To welcome Jesus, who is the one who suffered for us and died for us, the one who comes in as our King. And though rejected and killed, as the Passion story unfolds throughout this Holy Week, even rejected and killed, he still is with us and part of us, and our hope and our life and our forgiveness and our salvation. We can't welcome anyone into our house. Welcome Jesus into your life always. Bring Jesus into your life always. Say, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna, a blessed Palm Sunday to you. Amen.